And welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of the Lost Podcast of Titan, a father and son journey through sci-fi series that unite our generations. And I have a frog in my throat.
Speaking of the excitement.
There we go. Yes. Live commentary. Beautiful frogs and throats. Well, actually, speaking of things in throats. So today, ladies and gentlemen...
Ooh, nice one.
I didn't plan that at all. So today we are going to be watching Alien, the hit from the 1970s, starring Sigourney Weaver and Jonesy the Cat.
And other schmoes.
And some other people who I guess are kind of important. You know, I think they were in some other movies. Maybe even some other Star Trek episodes. We'll find out, I'm sure, somehow.
Actually, no. No one from this cast appeared in a Star Trek film, but one of them played Caligula in the I, Claudius miniseries. And another one played Bilbo Baggins in the Lord of the Rings films.
Yeah, the evil android actually turned out to be Bilbo Baggins, you know. Can't go wrong for,
Oh, no.
being spread like butter too thin on too much toast or something like that, whatever that line was.
Yes.
But I'm almost hesitant to tell you to go and get your favorite physical media or streaming service, because if this is anything like us, you're familiar with the movie. You could probably watch this in your head. But I do invite you anyway. Go ahead and get your favorite physical media or streaming service set up. Go to the 00 mark. Come back to us when you're ready.
Well, yeah, see, if we point out something particular into production that we notice, they might not be able to remember that exactly. They might want to see it for themselves.
Well, that's true. That's true. But, welcome back. And we'll go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, play. And here we go. With the classic 20th century. I really do like this one. The fanfare was actually pretty it's not as crisp, I guess. Oh, crap, I'm sorry. I forgot to mute my phone.
Oh, I was wondering, what the hell is that?
It was a spam call, apparently, but whatever.
Apparently. I love these opening credits.
Yeah. And I feel bad, because when I was a kid, I preferred Aliens over Alien. But now that I'm older, I prefer Alien over Aliens.
Well, both films have a great deal to recommend them.
This is true. Well, this is supposed to be like a haunted house in space, and then Aliens is supposed to be Vietnam commentary. But I was too young to realize what Vietnam was or why there should be any comments on it.
Private Joker, do you believe in the virgin alien?
The Virgin. No, sir, I do not, sir. What? No, sir, I do not, sir. You will get that on sound off that you love the Virgin Alien. I can't, sir, because you'll beat me the fuck up. Jerry Goldsmith.
Yes.
Who did not go through the entirety of the 80s on one sound.
No, definitely not. I've been often impressed by the variety of his soundtracks, considering how much output he had, which was considerable.
Mm-hmm.
I also appreciate the fact that the trailers for this film, especially on television, didn't reveal hardly anything, but were creepy enough to raise some interest.
Yeah.
And now that's
like I remember. Go ahead.
No, you.
Okay. Well, I remember when we got the Fox VHS tapes. They had recut trailers, which also kind of ruined the like Aliens. You know what you're getting into.
Yes.
But I remember Alien being a good trailer, but it was a modern trailer where it was that slow ramp up and then all shit hit the fan and everything like that. But then I saw the original trailer on the YouTubes because sometimes you just want to look at old movie trailers. And yeah, it was what a dark kind of room in the egg, and that was about it.
Egg split open, pouring out green light, and then click.
Yep.
And then that tagline, "In space, no one can hear you scream." I first heard about this film in a magazine called Media Scene Preview, which did a great job of really providing information on upcoming films, and they ran a lot of production art for Alien. And I looked at it and I was going, yeah, because quite often I had been disappointed by production art. The movie was never as good as the promise. But
Right.
wow, was I wrong with this one. This is one of the few films that has lived up to the hype.
And it's so aesthetically satisfying, I think. Like,
I'm-
I would love to just. I would love this job. I would love to bitch about the corporation, knowing that the corporation is going to screw me anyway.
Yeah,
Uh,
I love this spaceship.
exactly, yeah. And I know you haven't played it, but the Alien game that came out, Alien Isolation, their design team basically just went through the entirety of the first movie here and copied the aesthetics, and it's so good.
I've seen some gameplay for that film. I mean, for
I
that
mean,
game, yes.
Yeah,
But they found surplus seats and equipment from the Air Force. They all kinds of junk stuff they pasted together. They wanted a real working. They wanted a starship that had the feel of a real working starship. You know, people had actually been working and living in here. Sort of carrying on from like the Millennium Falcon in the Star Wars film. It was a gritty, not too clean spaceship.
right. And also, I know it's not exactly explained, but I like the idea of you are going to go into hyperspace and you're going to sleep, and it's going to be like 10 years before you even get to where you're going to go. And then you're going to spend a few years wherever it is you're working, and then you're going to come back, and it's a massive haul. It basically, you know, you are working every day that you are there.
Yes.
Except for when you're in hypersleep. But the payday is fantastic, or it should be fantastic.
You would think it should be fantastic, or else why would they?
I'm going with it. In my fantasy, if I'm doing this shit, it's fantastic.
Yeah. You would think a ship that size would take more people to run it.
Yeah, that's one thing I can't quite grasp.
But I mean, that is one really automated ship.
I mean, I understand really for budgetary reasons. You know, they couldn't have that many actors. but-
Right. They didn't want a lot of people running around.
Exactly. And there's fucking Caligula, the bastard. He had a strange dream about Rome. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it isn't sci-fi, but if you get a chance, by all means, watch I, Claudius. It's a great TV series.
Oh, yes, indeed.
And they're all acting so well together, because I think this wasn't even scripted. They're just having breakfast.
Right. I think they spent some time together just so they could get to know one another before they filmed scenes like this, so they would look natural and comfortable together.
Yeah.
Now, if they are going to be awakened from hypersleep, you would think the ship would have warmed up the interior before actually bringing them out of hypersleep.
It is warm.
Well, then why is
It's
she...
just hyperspace sickness, and she's a woman.
Oh,
She's always cold.
Mr. Sensitive here.
She's always cold.
The cat is...
I've been married twice. She's always cold.
I can make a comment. if both your wives are cold, then shouldn't we look maybe elsewhere for the reason?
No, sir.
If you're gonna leave yourself wide open,
No, I probably deserve it. There's a reason why I'm married twice. Oh Lord.
the cat.
But I also love the computer room here too.
Really, I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to comment. If I have to make one complaint about the set design for the Nostromo, it's the computer room.
The fact that it's so pristine and clean.
Well, maybe that. I can understand a computer room wanting to be pristine and clean, but all those little blinking lights, are you supposed to be paying attention to them? Or is that supposed to mean anything? If one isn't blinking, then you got to stop everything and go fix it. What are these additional little screens for if you're going to concentrate on just the one that he is turning towards now?
Well, important watch lights. I just noticed that. It's important.
Nice screensaver,
wait.
though. Hasn't anyone ever come out with something like that for the home computer?
Yes, actually. And there's actually written stuff underneath those lights that tell you what they are, so...
Oh, so I got to squint real close to find out what's wrong.
And I've never known a UI to work like that. I would love it if it did. But also, if it's a computer, I mean, he could just terminal in from his command seat, really.
I would think so. Oh, I love those buttons and lights and stuff. Even though I usually complain about excessive blinking lights in science fiction hardware.
You were just complaining about it 20 seconds ago.
Yeah. But they look like they've been doing that job for decades. These aren't, actors looking
like look at that
uncomfortable
seat
about
that
it.
he's in. It's got a tear on the side that they haven't bothered to bend.
The production team, Ridley Scott told his production team he wanted a starship that didn't look like any other starship. And
it worked.
And his production team, you should have seen some of the designs that got rejected. Weird crap and stuff. This was designed, by the way, most of the Nostromo was designed, by the way, by Ron Cobb, who also designed Dark Star and several other films. Also, a lot of the hardware for Conan the Barbarian.
What's Arcstar? Does it ring a bell?
That's John Carpenter's first film, the one where the starship is bombing unstable planets.
Oh, you said Dark Star.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you said Arc Star, and I'm like, I'm going through my Rolodex, and I'm like, what the fuck? By the way, if you want to know who I work with, that's who I work with. Both those people right there. If you want to know who runs the internet, those two people right there, they run the internet.
Well, that answers a few questions.
And I'm not talking about, designing the apps. I'm talking about like the infrastructure, the wiring, the switches. Yeah. We're going home. Back to sleep.
Yeah, we were awakened just to be told we're going home, going back to sleep. I would have kicked something if that had happened. And I'm sorry, if these guys signed on for half shares... Nope.
Listen. There's terms in the contract that are in the contract. Like, for instance, I'm only supposed to work, a certain number of hours a day, but considering the contract I've worked, I could be stuck there for days if they decided I'm stuck there for days.
Well, did not their contract state half shares? And they
It did. Oh,
and,
you're talking about the share situation.
yes.
Yeah.
So no one,
Yeah.
I'm sure no one put a gun to their head and say you will accept half shares. Besides, I
I
would be
think
thinking,
no. I think no, 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 no. This is how it happens. This is how it happens. They were not told you're accepting half shares. They were offered half shares. They accepted, and then they realized everyone else on the ship has full shares.
oh,
That is the issue.
I would not want my engineering crew to be kind of pissed off about that. Not if my
Exactly.
life is going to be depending on it. Before this, I had never seen Sigourney Weaver except in a brief role at the end of Annie Hall. So, to me, this is her
No.
breakout role.
Oh, I saw her before. In my dreams.
Oh, here we go.
Ah. I'm sorry. She's awesome.
She
She's
is
awesome.
she is awesome. She's incredible, and not just in
Yeah.
science fiction either. She didn't have to really do other alien films. You could have gotten by on her work in, like, say, The Year of Living Dangerously and things like that.
Yep. Which is another movie I recommend, ladies and gentlemen. It's not
Yes.
sci-fi. Unfortunately, it is not sci-fi.
Well, we might try and squeeze it in sometime under the wire when no one's looking.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another sci-fi series. It's the Year of Living Dangerously, where a white man knows what's going on in East Asia. Da 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 da.
Yeah,
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
yeah. There's your fantasy element right there.
Well, when we do our next guilty pleasures, I have something similar, so I can't really say much.
Well, actually, same here. I mean, it just occurred to me, a lot of my guilty pleasures aren't science fiction films.
Yeah. Should try at least make an effort.
True.
Also, I love the concept of the drop rings. You know, you're just flying through it. Just keep it in the rings, and you'll be fine.
Yes.
I still don't understand how they could have fucked up the new Alien movies so badly.
Uh, I don't know either. After Alien Resurrection, I just chop it off.
And I mean, Aliens versus Predator is it's schlock. It's not good, but it's Aliens versus Predator. You can accept a little bit of cheese with that cake, you know. But what was it? Alien Prometheus and then Alien Covenant? Like just
Something.
fucking garbage. I mean, okay, everyone in Alien Prometheus was a fucking idiot, but no one here is.
Well,
Like they are forced to go investigate.
yeah.
And the whole spoilers letting them back on the ship was because of the android who was programmed to let them back on the ship. And you know everyone else goes through like as soon as it realizes what's going on, you know they don't split up. That doesn't really help them.
No, it doesn't.
They come up with weapons. They quickly decide, fuck it, we're blowing the ship.
Ugh. I guess that's the best of all possible landing fields they had to choose from.
Yeah.
I mean, bouncing a little ahead to Aliens, when we find out that the corporation has set up a colony on that planet, looking at the environment they landed in, it makes you wonder what in the world made that planet suitable for a human colony.
I'm guessing mining, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah, it
But
had sort of the look of a mining colony.
like Dead Space had a much better idea. Is basically just mine it from orbit. Like fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, this isn't Geordie LaForge with a whole crew of talented engineers. It's just those two guys.
Yeah.
The wind chimes in the back are a nice touch.
It is. Yeah. Exactly. Oh my god, I work with these people.
You get conversations like that over the phones or intercoms?
Mostly over tickets because everything's done through a ticket. It's we're gonna do X, Y, and Z. Oh, the fuck you are. Okay. Well, I'll just sit back here and I'll watch.
Like that was a big help.
It's just a string of Christmas lights.
Would have been nice if they were multicolored and blinking. The special Christmas edition.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Just under 2,000 meters is what he said.
Well, there's 2,000 meters, and then there's 2,000 meters walking through the crap like they're showing outside.
Oh, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Like he's getting all of that from just a string of numbers,
Yes.
and they don't clue in that he's an android. Spoiler.
I don't see no points on your ears, boy. But you sound like a Vulcan. This was written by Dan O'Bannon, who had a nice, promising career in writing films such as this. And then he got mixed up in Jodorowsky's aborted Dune project.
Yeah.
And that just blew it. Poor devil. Now, you'll think about this scene later on after we learn more about Ash, and you'll wonder, why did he do that?
It's a good question. Maybe it's like if his programming is going through some conflicting orders and he's trying to work out which one is the one he needs to follow, he is programmed to display signs of anxiousness, maybe?
Maybe.
Like, it's not so much for him, it's for the people observing him to understand he's anxious. You know.
I love that little set right there. That's incredible.
Yeah. Like, because that's not the that's not the cockpit.
No, that's that's the science pod. He's hanging from the bottom of the hull right above them.
Oh, damn, all right.
It's a dedicated science pod, which you might think sort of unusual to have on what is essentially an industrial mining ship, but depending on where they end up, something like that would have been useful.
It's probably required. You know, corporations. Oh, here we go. I love this thing too.
Oh. And once again, you work with these people, right?
I work with these people, yes.
Uh-oh. Yeah, they're going to get what's coming to them, all right. Well, considering if they find something interesting on the planet, doubtless they're going to get severe bonuses.
Depends on the contract.
Oh. And he just turned it off once she's gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
I wonder how comfortable those suits were.
I don't know.
Those were designed by
I mean, they're not
the
real,
French
so I mean, movie magic. They're not real, so it's not like they're carrying the full tanks of air and shit. But
Those suits were designed by the French science fiction artist Gerard Mobius.
the
He based them on hockey uniforms.
hockey uniforms.
Ice hockey uniforms. That's really informative. Somebody
Such a
feed.
you giddy gat.
Somebody feed me.
Oh, I guess that means that Jonesy's actually the only real survivor of the Nostromo.
Yeah. That cat has the incredible luck.
I actually kind of wondered what happened to Jonesy after Ripley left for LV 426.
Jonesy thought, well, I got to find a new source of food. Meow, purr, purr, meow.
Yeah, her. So how scary was this when you originally saw it?
This, I was not prepared for the depth of the production I got. This just about, and I saw it in the theater, and everyone in the theater with your mama and I just were going, wah! And there was a girl who was working in my office at that time, and this movie had just about traumatized her. And that is really an alien spaceship. They couldn't have picked a more unnatural looking design for a vehicle if they had thought a few years more.
Like a horseshoe and shit.
Yeah. I mean, you almost think that it's part of the natural landscape at first. And I'm sorry, I really would not get closer to that thing. It's just saying, stay away.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they're checking for radiation.
I imagine they checked for that. What bugs me is they didn't see this when they were trying to land.
In that atmosphere, they could have easily have missed it.
Well, they could have scanned for it.
I mean, they tried to land as close to the source of the alien transmission as they could. You might as well stop trying to use those cameras, Ash, because your images are getting our shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I would have automatically picked those orifices to enter the ship through. For all they knew, they could have been the engine exhaust or something.
And suddenly the ship, decides to take off. Whoosh.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Also, once again, we have the initial encounter with, the alien being displayed through camera units on the expedition. Which the same thing happens in Aliens.
I can't really say enough positive things about the set designs here. Like this business they're wandering through right now. It's really setting the audience up. The audience is, we're all starting to get the idea that, we're going to be in for a ride here.
Mm-hmm. Is he hitting the wall with his hammer?
I don't know. I think he was. That's the portable crane that they brought with him. I think he's just trying to steady it somewhere so he could move around more.
Hmm.
Here they are, interstellar technology and no tricorders or anything like that.
Well, they didn't have a yeoman with them to, carry the tricorder and then, do whatever scan it was that the science officer tells them to scan.
That's true. I'm sort of surprised they didn't take the science officer with them.
That's actually a good question. Why didn't they take the science officer?
That would have been my
with them?
first.
Wait a minute. Yeah, hold on.
And he says, "Oh, I got to sit in the science blister and watch you guys." I said, "You're coming with us, Sonny Jim." Oh.
Nope. Fuck all this shit. Nope. We're going.
Okay,
We're leaving.
Take a few pictures. Go back and take the pictures of the corporation. Hey, look what we found. Do we get rich?
We'll tell you where we took these pictures.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Highest bidder.
For 2 shares.
I mean, you can't really wrap your head around it, so it becomes disturbing. You have a vague idea what's going on here, but nothing like this has ever been seen in a film. Now, I had owned for years, at the point I saw Alien, I had owned a copy of Brain Salad Surgery by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. But this was really where I first noticed the artwork of H.R. Giger.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I can't imagine what would have happened if they hadn't had an artist like Giger to work his stuff with here. Yeah, let's try leaving.
On top of that, it bugs me because this is very obviously organic. Like, this isn't a suit. And then they come along in Alien Prometheus, and yes, it's a suit, and instead it's actually giant humans on the inside. Like, fuck off.
I know, that just... bad move there. Hey, we just got enough air just to get back to the ship. Let's go.
It's like, just leave it a mystery. You don't know who these creatures are, but something obviously happened.
You need to send a more dedicated science crew. We're just hauling ore around.
Exactly. Like, there's no survivors, obviously.
Which isn't a comforting thought, but a nice placement of that particular scene.
Yeah.
And see, this is all building up in the audience. It's the red flags are obviously coming up.
Exactly.
I wouldn't go down there. Shine a light or something. A little mini cam or something.
Like, you're going down, you see something crawl along the floor, you're like, oh, back up, back up.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? I don't know what material they used to make the wall, but I'm kind of wondering what it smelled like.
Probably like plastine, to be honest. Just spray it with some paint and put some ethanol coating on it. Get it nice and slimy.
I mean, just looking at this makes me want to go take a shower.
Yeah, this is true, yeah. It's like, no one is concerned that it just looks like you're walking through the ribs of somebody, giant.
Yes. And I'm sorry, but Kane is bringing this on himself.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But he was the most eager to go out there. Yeah, and that should tell you it might not be a good idea to. Oh,
Like, it's time to go.
really?
It's time to go.
And see these things that look like eggs? That look like eggs that hatch out to produce something?
Remember that dude you saw in a chair? It looked like something burst out of him.
Yes, how about that? Oh, no, this is. I would have been
This is all
halfway
wrong.
back to the Nostromo by now.
Ah, Lord, no, my dude, no.
And the people who were with us in the theater when we first saw this film, we suddenly remember the egg from the trailers. And we're all going, oops. Yeah, there's something moving around in it.
Oh, God. No, dude.
Money isn't everything, you know.
But it helps.
Yeah, it helps, but. All right, see? Back away. Go all the way back to the path and kind of watch for a moment. Yeah. Now aren't you happy?
That's just not right.
No.
At all.
No, effective scene, though.
Yes.
I mean, you have something
The only,
just. No, go ahead.
the only facehugger scene I find more fuck no and tense is the one in Aliens where Burke locked the facehugger in with Ripley and Newt.
Yes. We're back and we brought you a present. Yes, listen to the nice lady. She'll be an Academy Award winner. You're safe inside your spacesuit.
But he was programmed to do it.
Yes.
So, okay. It excreted just enough acid to eat through the helmet but not melt his face.
Apparently, it punched through the visor.
Jesus Christ.
That is really one well-equipped mining ship. They got a nice science bay. They've got a medical bay.
Well, they have to have a medical bay.
True. Ron Cobb's original design for the med bay was much smaller.
It was probably easier to shoot with a larger med bay.
True. Now, I would have had an idea of maybe cutting off the tentacle around the neck without knowing that it bled blood. I mean, that would have.
Well, I mean, I would hope it would bleed blood. Otherwise, we're in trouble.
I mean, knowing that it bled acid, that would have been very tragic.
But it would be that'd be the end of the movie, though.
Well, one would hope, but can't you still say, Ash? No, we have to keep the body and the remaining parts of the creature and take them back to Earth. And we all get.
Well, yeah, but it would be in stasis so that I guess the egg wouldn't hatch or something or whatever.
That's interesting. Yeah, and Parker said, didn't they freeze him? Which I think would have made sense.
Also, they don't notice the egg. I would imagine the egg is on its way down, or it's being, planted right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Ash is obviously the science officer, but they're both in unknown territory here.
Mm-hmm. I'm amazed that it didn't splash on Kane.
Yeah, or on them. And those fumes can't be good either.
No.
Yeah, walking around knowing that some acid is about to come through somewhere on the ceiling and trying not to be under it when it happens. Fortunately, the sickbay wasn't on a lower level of the ship, or else they may have ended up in real trouble.
That's a good point.
Being a fan of 50s science fiction space adventures, after seeing films like Alien, it's really sometimes more difficult than usual to go back to the 1950s and where the
you think
the spaceship interiors are like recliners and such from Montgomery Ward's and pasteboard sets and all that.
and the alien's a giant upside down turnip.
Yes. Is that the same shirt he's been wearing throughout this whole film?
Well, yeah. With 2 cans of beer.
Yeah. Well, you got to have motivation in order to do that kind of work. If there's one thing I know, man, it's how to fly when I'm stoned.
Rock and roll. Not rock and roll.
Heavy
metal.
Yes.
Close enough.
And they who couldn't put him back in the cabinet, they just left him out there in the open.
Well, I mean, I guess they didn't think of, what might happen, but it is a living creature on his face.
Yeah.
You think they would want to be more cautious.
A living creature that bleeds acid, yeah.
Just have someone just observing. With their finger on the kill it with fire button. Oh wait, there's okay. He is there. All right, never mind.
Yeah, it's just a fountain of trust.
So what would be his job on the ship as science, like on an industrial mining vessel?
Well, maybe if they were being sent to a planet that they only had scant information on, it would be his job to examine the planet. Although I would think it'd be really bad news if they travel all the way to a prospective mining planet and find out that they've wasted their time.
Yeah. Or maybe he's supposed to help with the refining.
Maybe. My guess now, knowing what I do, is that the corporation places a, air quotes, science officer on every ship in their fleet.
Hmm.
Hey, she outranks you. She can look through the microscope if she wants to.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Well, technically they were on the ship though, just in the airlock.
Well, in that kind of situation, you wouldn't really want to count the interior of the airlock as technically being part of the ship.
If I was about to be spaced, I would definitely count the interior of the airlock as being part of the ship. Help!
It's interesting that eventually you grow to accept all the set design and stuff, so you're not too lost in that and you're paying attention to the dialogue.
That's true, yeah. Although now I'm curious what's in the four jars
Me too.
on the wall behind him, yeah. Turns out it's his bouillabaisse he's making for dinner. Why didn't they take the shuttle down? Or is there just no landing gear on the shuttle?
There's probably landing gear on the shuttle, but that atmosphere, I mean, look how bad the atmosphere shook up the Nostromo on the way down. That shuttle would have maybe knocked about quite violently. Look, he's still there. We really like to go into places that I would consider a bad idea to go into.
And not turn on the lights?
Yes, thank you.
Lights? Lights?
Hello.
Mother? Lights?
Close the door, too. No, we're just going to stand in the open doorway, aren't we? I know it might be a question of budget and set design, but I find I am much more impressed by this medical bay than I am in the sick bay in Star Trek The Next Generation, which wasn't as visually interesting or as functional looking as this. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Butterfingers.
And actually, I think I like the medbay from the original series more than Next Generation because if I recall, Next Generation, most of the time they were just sitting on a bed, getting the woo, 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 passed over them.
Yeah.
Oh, Jordy, it looks like you're blind. No shit, Dr. Crusher.
Let me just turn on my Disco Afterlife wall instruments so we look like we're doing something. And put on my Nintendo visor to get a better look at you.
I always wondered if he sometimes just took a nap in some scenes. How do you know?
Really? That's a hell of a stretch.
Also, now I imagine King just wants to brush his teeth and get some mouthwash.
Yes, we're talking serious mouthwash here.
Goigle. Goigle.
I'd have like my teeth replaced. I don't know, a little soy sauce, a little ginger. I wonder what they made that thing out of. It looks like it was a real living creature.
It's like you get some good rubber, uh, maybe some veal, spray it down.
Now, that's interesting. It almost makes you think,
Suspicious? Yeah.
yeah. Were they sending the Nostromo out into a deeper area of space than other mining vessels?
But really, okay, if the company was doing that, they would have sent something other than a mining ship, I think. They would have sent some of their corporate Marines with a science officer.
I would think that, something like unmanned probes, and that would be less expensive and can send back more data and base whether or not to send a mining ship on what the probes found. But then you start asking yourself, well, wouldn't the probe have picked up the distress signal? Little skullduggery here. Actually, I like a starship crew that wears casual clothing.
Yep. It just shows that you've lived in the universe. Get the fuck out of this fucking atmosphere of bullshit. Right.
Harry Dean Stanton, who played, now he just got it says right. He had the easiest,
Yeah.
he had the smallest script, I think, of any of the other actors in the film.
His name is Brett, by
Brett,
the way.
thank you. My God, maybe I am losing my touch.
I was amazed because they just said the name.
Yeah. Well, give me full shares and maybe I'll be more conversant.
You could have just said he's awake. We should probably talk to him.
How you doing? Hungry? Would you like some eggs?
First human to get face fucked by an alien. How do you feel?
You're famous. You'll be on TV specials and such. Somebody will set up.
And a Mel Brooks film.
Somebody will set up a porn website about you.
Oh, probably yes.
First in Japan and then in other countries. Does his face look more modeled, like they actually put on the marks that show where the hugger had him?
I don't know.
Well, then again, he looks that bad too. But I want to see blisters. Great, he's buying that incredibly unappetizing looking food.
It's probably like a protein mush that tastes like whatever it is you can think of.
But they did manage to bring along canned beer. Okay, at this point, when me and the rest, and everyone else was in the theater watching this for the first time, we had absolutely no idea what was about to happen.
Yeah, this would have been a trailer bait nowadays.
Yeah, that is the problem with trailers these days. They usually run all the good scenes in the trailer, and you can decide whether or not to go see the rest of the film.
And see, like, he knows. He saw the fucking egg. A fucking bastard.
I think this is probably the scene where Jonesy took off and hid.
Probably, yeah. So I'm actually wondering, morbidly, how much of his reaction was just the alien punching against his spinal column.
Oh. Don't touch it. Yeah, right.
What the fuck was that?
Well, that was fun. Anyone for going back into hypersleep?
So let's finish dinner here. All right.
Oh! I think I would have lost my appetite by then.
You shouldn't have ordered the special. You should have ordered the soup.
So this is where the set design becomes really important, because now all we're seeing are dark little sinister places for this thing to
where
hide.
the thing can hide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't have an alien movie designed by Apple.
No.
The Eye Kill by Apple.
I'm
Oh,
surprised.
Jesus Christ.
Well, actually, I'm surprised there wasn't a corporate directive that any crew member who dies under unknown circumstances during the voyage must be preserved and brought back for study.
What do you mean unknown circumstances? I thought it was kind of obvious what happened.
Well, I mean, they couldn't just make out a whole list of every possibility, like alien booger bear hops out through your chest. And notice that Parker's returned to eating.
Well, yeah, Parker's always eating. I can relate to Parker.
It would be a while before my appetite returned.
Also, what was the other movie? It was Deep Star 6, where they had the air harpoons. It's basically the same scene as this is right here.
Yeah.
Just instead of electricity, it's air. That's another one we should do probably, but I don't know if it's good. It's been a few years.
I'd put it at the bottom of the list, or near the bottom of the list. I think there are a lot better films we can run.
We could do the complete ripoff and do Leviathan.
Welcome to Rip-Off Theater. Journey, father and son discuss films that they regret having paid money to go see.
I didn't pay any money to see Leviathan or Deep Star 6.
No, neither did I, as a matter of fact.
That would be interesting. Like, how many movies can we watch in a row that are a complete ripoff of Alien?
Oh, well, let's see. Like I said, there was the Japanese anime Lily Cat.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was just an excuse for a tentacle scene, so I don't know if that really counts.
True.
But we have Leviathan,
Deep Star 6.
Deep Star 6.
Oh, there's got to be more than that.
Yeah, it's not coming to mind, though.
Have you ever seen... Now, why didn't they take that little cart with them when they were crossing the planet?
That would have made sense.
Yeah. And frankly, I'm not too impressed by Ash's sensor device.
Well, he purposely made it not good.
Have you ever seen a night... No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you spoke first.
Oh, well. No, he's basically making it just good enough to be used, but not good enough to do any good. Because he wants everyone on the ship to be slaughtered.
True.
Now, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, well, first off, amazing. They made that entire set just to film that one scene that they're doing. Have you ever watched a 1958 science fiction film called It, the Terror from Beyond Space?
It sounds familiar.
Several people have cited it as an inspiration for Alien.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was the yeah. Okay. I vaguely remember it now.
Not nearly as effective as Alien, of course, but you could see the similarities. Some more lighting in some of these rooms might have helped people.
Well, I hate to break this to you, but aesthetic maintenance is the very last thing on the list. You know, a busted light bulb is not going to get priority maintenance treatment.
Well, I remember decades ago when IBM built their first facility in Austin. And I was with some other students on a field trip. And I was impressed by the antiseptic, well-lit cleanliness of the whole facility.
Well, we have to be dust-free.
Yes. Oh my God, the alien! Zap. Okay, whose idea was it to
Also,
have a
just
cat
like
on the ship in the
just
first
like
one?
shake a little bag of treats.
There you
Come
go.
on.
Yeah. Meow meow.
Every cat owner is aware of this.
Maybe Jonesy could still smell the residue from the chest burster on them. Yeah, they had designed ground vehicles. They had a little helijet in storage. They could have used all of that stuff in the on the planet's surface. And how does he know that the cat went in that particular direction? Lord knows I've chased more than my fair share of cats, and they will go every which way but loose.
It's fair enough, yeah. What I'm amazed with is just how big the fucking thing got
Oh
within a
yes.
short period of time here.
I wonder how long it took to build the entire spaceship set. I'm surprised he found the cat so quickly.
It's actually a good question. How long did it take for them to build it?
Now, see, here is an uh-oh moment. Yeah, it sheds its skin. City boy who's never known about snakes shedding their skin.
Right.
That was the part. That was the part in Aliens that first got me going when the Marines are in the colony buildings and they spot the shed skin on the floor, and also the acid burns, and that's when people are going, "Uh-oh."
Oh shit, yeah.
And give you an idea of how big this set is. Those are the landing legs, or one of the landing legs for the Nostromo. Although Lord knows what's causing the leaking.
I'd be more concerned about what caused the chains to start swinging, but that's just me.
That's a good point.
Just wait for fucking dinner time.
Yes. Go on the shipwide intercom and make the sound like a can opener or something.
See, Jonesy is the smartest crew member on this ship.
Really. Is that stuff safe to have on his face?
I'm sure he knows where it's coming from. He could know it's from the clean water feed or whatever.
But I mean, they didn't need special costumes. They didn't need have their hair styled or anything like that. Just all nice and grubby. This really must have been a joy to work.
No weird fucking hats.
No, true, yeah. Who's a good kitty?
Such a good kitty.
Oh.
Not good. Nope. Mm-mm.
Now, no one on the cast was allowed to see or know what the full-size alien was going to look like until they encounter it in their particular scenes, because Ridley Scott wanted to get a full, genuine reaction.
And that's a cat right there.
Yeah.
This- It's like, well, I guess dinner's going to be late. Woe is me.
One less person to feed me. This is where I'd pretty much be in a blind screaming panic about now.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, I am not the stuff of heroes, I will admit.
The science department should be able to help.
Interesting, it just occurred to me, I noticed that unlike some organizations, cough, Starfleet, cough, no one's fondling the women indiscriminately here.
It might be because the script was written gender neutral.
True. I would think all those blinking lights would give him a headache after a while.
He's not paying attention to him.
Oh,
Available data and position.
boy, we're really...
Best guess.
Yeah. Well, how much data do you need? Doubtless,
What are your chances?
yeah, doubtless Dallas has fed in everything that they know, plus the report from Ash's science station.
Or has Ash not fed in everything he knows?
Ah,
Because spoiler, he's an android working for the company. Dun 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 dun.
okay. Go to the dictionary, look up the term "dick move," and you'll find this scene right next to it.
Wait, why is this a dick move?
Going off by himself into the conduits.
Okay. Do you really want to have more than one person in a air duct with a flamethrower?
I would rather there be no one in the air ducts with flamethrowers. Just everyone get in the spacesuits, huddle together with flamethrowers, and then open every airlock on the
With
ship.
flamethrowers.
And open every airlock on the ship and see if that kills it. Oh, those flamethrowers that they had constructed, there were several near serious accidents before the actors figured out how to use them carefully.
Well, I imagine yes.
Wait, did his headset just fall off? Oh, yeah, because he's picking it
Yeah.
back up. I never noticed that before.
Oh wait, if they know it's in the air ducts, why not just cut off? Why not just close all the holes there instead of keeping them open?
I think, aren't they closing them behind him as he moves and opening them ahead of him?
Exactly.
How does she manage to look so attractive doing that?
It's Sigourney Weaver.
I guess, yeah. I once said that I would crawl across a football field of broken glass, stark naked, just to get a smile from her.
I feel she would be disappointed.
Thanks.
No, I mean like the fact that a guy would crawl across broken glass, not that you would crawl across broken glass.
Oh, okay.
Which makes it better, apparently.
He's got to be thinking this is really a bad idea.
It is.
Not to mention shooting a flamethrower in an instrument-laden conduit. And you notice that no one's on the bridge flying the ship. I guess it must be more automated than we think.
Yeah, you don't have to. Like, they already have a course set up, so.
True. The best they could do is that big clunky sensor. Oh, see? Now, let's try moving away very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Apparently none of that fluid leaking down the walls is flammable.
That would have sucked.
I think it would have.
And I would have shit my pants. Hold on. Isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Now it's moving towards it. And he left his flamethrower behind.
Did he?
Oh, okay. No, I guess he just set it aside.
He's pointing in the wrong direction.
All right, who's up next?
I wonder if they picked Angela Cartwright. Because when her face, she's got one of those faces that when it gets all panicky, she really looks panicky.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean, look at that. That's a woman hanging
Like-
on by the edge of her fingernails. For obvious
Yeah,
reasons.
like we gotta leave. Like,
there we go.
that sounds like a plan. Yes, ma'am.
But just because you're Sigourney Weaver.
She's also in charge too.
She does a good job of getting roles showing a woman, if not necessarily in charge, a woman in control.
Well, there's a good thought. Yeah.
I haven't seen her playing any weak little daffodil.
I don't think Year of Living Dangerously counts.
No, that doesn't. Oh no, she was in charge. She didn't automatically fall for Mel Gibson's charms. She was.
Well, also it was Mel Gibson, so
Well,
she was able to resist. It took a great deal of effort.
yeah. We're sort of getting a little ticked off at Ash here.
Damn. Damn.
What?
Just her putting Ash in his place. Well,
Yeah.
its place.
Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. Yeah. Who's this Arnold Schwarzenegger anyway? I mean, look at my moves here.
I wonder what else he's been in. Let's see.
He was in The Running Man. He was the Bond villain in Live and Let Die. He was in the original Thomas Crown Affair. He's been quite busy.
Yaphet Kotto.
He was in Warning Sign. Now, see, this is a girl who knows how to do a computer search. She's asking
Google.
Yeah, she's asking the right questions. And you're going to tell me, or I'm going to rip out your circuits. And what?
Sometimes that works. Just sometimes you threaten the computer and it'll work.
Well, apparently it did here.
Wait, did they misspell in... Wait. Never mind. Nope. I'm thinking of something else.
Well, at this point, okay, now I can see the labels on the lights.
Yeah. So, like in a data center, it doesn't really... It's not a critical issue if a light is out because you will get notified if it is an issue.
Oh, so it's
The scream test is real.
Oh, so it's not necessarily the person in the data center that learns whether or not it's critical. You have to get that information from somewhere else.
Oh, sometimes we know, but sometimes sometimes like engineering is doing something, so they're aware of an issue and they'll fix it. But like generally speaking, they don't want us to actually touch anything until there's actual, yeah, go ahead and touch it.
Now, this is the part where the audience in the theater was starting to wonder.
And this is, okay, alright, so we have the sexual violence subtext of the alien itself, rather obviously with H.R. Geiger and the chest burster and all that such like this. But we also have this more traditional manner here, where you have, like, the really creepy-ass guy just overpowering the woman. Which I found, this is actually one of the scariest parts of the movie, in my opinion.
Yes, especially because at this point, the audience thought it had seen everything in the plot. This was completely out of left field.
And you don't know what's going on.
No, exactly.
Well, I mean...
Yeah, you're in the dark. Why is there a picture of fried eggs way up there on the wall?
What do you, oh. There's a naked woman cooking the eggs.
Oh, okay.
If you look below, you see the theme and pattern.
Oh. That looked really painful, too.
Oof.
Yeah, here's where the audience is really going, the hell? And along with that,
Fuck that shit.
it occurs to me that by this time, Yaphet Kotto has been splattered with just about everything in this movie.
Oh, she pulled through. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize. I didn't put that two together. That the one who appears to be the most crumbling, actually stepped up and like saved the day.
Actually, nicely filmed scene here.
Yeah. Hi.
Sorry about the way I was acting. I kind of lost my head.
Oh. Okay. All right. That was good.
I don't know if I would have thrown that line into the film, but
And this is fucking creepy too.
yes.
Just like the voice, the dialogue.
And the expression.
Yeah. Oh. Like, I know he's not the action hero of this movie, but he actually pulls it off pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
Also, why are we setting everything on fire? This is.
It's personal. I might have done the same thing myself in his situation. Now, see, here's the thing. If I knew how many people were going to be on this ship, I would have included a shuttlecraft that, in case of emergency, could accommodate the entire crew in hypersleep. I would have also would have been in the habit of closing the doors behind myself.
Well, I don't know because I was thinking about that, and I just came in from wherever it is I came in from, and there was no alien. Do I want to go into the room I haven't been in and close the door behind me where the alien might still be?
Ah, okay, yeah. Always leave yourself an exit strategy.
Mm-hmm. God damn it, Jonesy.
No. Now the cat makes itself known. I would have to start thinking long and hard as to whether or not I would have made the effort to get Jonesy. Say, Jonesy, I love you, but next time I'm getting a hamster.
Also, yeah, why not use the hovercraft to get to that alien shuttle or alien ship?
But I do like the fact that they went to the trouble of building it, adding it into detail. I mean, once again, this really gives you the impression that you're working inside an actual existing spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one is using those spacesuits. Well, actually, she's grabbing one. Or she's grabbing something. No one is really using those spacesuits, but the production crew had made the point of having them there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go, 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 go.
No, I wanted to see them get that cart over the edge of that doorway, but we don't see that.
Stop making so much goddamn noise.
I know, that's probably how they were found. But, they're all on edge.
Now, you see, like, if I was doing the Alien movie, I would like to say I would keep it mostly the same, but I would also have instances where if you're paying attention, you can see the alien moving in the background.
Ooh. Yeah.
Or like it's there hidden in a corner stalking the character. Just shake some temptations or,
Catnip toy or something. Actually, I think everybody in the film would use a catnip toy right about now.
Our cat doesn't actually like catnip.
Are you serious?
I'm serious,
Huh.
yeah. I've tried several times, like, here's a catnip toy, here's just some regular catnip. No, doesn't like it.
What about
So it's
those?
like,
What about
okay.
those fake mice covered in rabbit fur?
Oh, well, yeah, well, it's still a cat, yes.
Get in there. Oh my. Oh, I think
Where's your flamethrower? Dude, flamethrower.
Parker's carrying the flamethrower. I don't know why she didn't grab one. And I really don't know why she's dropping her. I think this is Angela Cartwright's first full view of the alien. So,
Like, torch it. The alien is blocking the fire stream.
Well, now would be a nice time for Lambert to run while the alien is concentrating on Parker.
That's creepy.
Yes, it is. I'm glad that if you can call this a reason for be glad that we're hearing Lambert's death as opposed to seeing it, because I don't think it was pleasant.
Yeah. Although I wonder why. Okay, so in the cut footage, Ripley finds Dallas, but I wonder why the alien didn't do the same with Parker and Lambert.
That's a good question. But I keep thinking that alien wasn't a queen; it wasn't an egg layer. Uh, ooh.
Well, they hadn't established that by this film yet.
True.
Also, I like this destruction sequence. To be honest,
Yes.
it's very kind of satisfying.
I mean, I remember
No.
I remember Forbidden Planet.
Initiate self-destruct lambda 2-3. Blah blah blah.
And I remember Forbidden Planet when Walter Pigeon tells the captain, "Just turn that dial on that console, would you please?" Say, "Sure." Oh, and now the planet will blow up in 12 hours.
Yeah.
Obviously, they wanted some effort involved in ordering the ship to self-destruct, so someone on a bored evening or something like that isn't just tempted to play around with the buttons.
On top of that, it doesn't look like she was reading a manual, so she knew how to do it.
Well, remember I sent you a screenshot of those instructions. They're really not all that complicated.
No, but we don't see that.
True. I mean, I kind of wonder what all those other buttons on the console were for.
They're dummy buttons, just let you play and push stuff.
They call up music to blow up the ship by. Well, someone adjusted very nicely to being in the cat carrier.
It's soundproof.
Oh, okay.
Poor cat.
Yeah. I'd be meowing heavily by now. In the Japanese anime film Lily Cat, the aforementioned cat has her own hypersleep chamber.
Of course.
And I was thinking, those flashing lights aren't helping visibility much.
No. Do a little bit faster, be worried about epileptic seizures. But the alien doesn't see by normal light.
No, it's been theorized that the alien possesses some sort of radar.
See, that's not even a mouthful. Leave the cat alone.
Oh, think of the outrage if Jonesy had ended up dead. I mean, it's like, forget all the human characters. We wanted the cat to survive.
Also, why didn't she try the flamethrower?
Good point.
See, and it's too late now.
Yeah.
It's not the mother's fault that you were too slow.
I'm surprised no amusement park has put up a dark ride based on this scene.
I don't think I can handle the tension, to be honest. Yeah, screw this shit. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Now, you see, the theory I heard about the alien site wasn't so much they have radar, but they have like a mild telepathy. They can basically read, not read your mind, but like ping it. And
Ooh.
it also makes me wonder if the reason why it decided to hang out on the ship is because it knew Ripley had the image of that shuttle in her head, and it's like, I'll just go and wait in the ship.
Well, where else was it going to go by then?
Well, it does, like, I mean, it could remain on the ship and blow up. The shuttle isn't that big.
And then it drops on her from above.
Yep.
That would have been the perfect place for it to hide. Yeah, okay, I think we know where the shuttle is.
Come on, time to go. It's time to go.
You might want to shut off the flamethrower. Yeah, thank you.
And it's right there. Oh shit! It was right there.
I know. I mean, now that we know what we know where to look. But she was moving so fast. If she was just taking a casual stroll,
Yeah. Shows you just how fucking big the actual refinery was.
yes.
I wonder who the voice of Mother was.
Pardon?
I wonder who the voice of Mother was. Let's see.
Helen Horton as the voice of Mother, Nostromo's computer.
Oh, so it is. What else has she been in? Oh, of course. She was Miss Henderson in Superman 3. And she was in Phase 4.
She was in The Chairman as Susan Wright. I'll have to rewatch that. That's a favorite of mine.
But it's not sci-fi, so screw it.
Well, it sort of is. It's a techno thriller, if that falls under the aegis of sci-fi.
Look at us using these big $3 words here.
I'm not going to apologize for my education. Yeah.
Wait, what wasn't it like a PE teacher that taught your physics class or something?
Well,
forget exactly what it was.
No, I will qualify the statement saying that most of my education came from reading on my own, not from any of the classes that I attended.
He's such a good kitty.
He's saying, "Where's my food?"
Well-behaved cat too.
I know. You get to sleep in this compartment, and I'm going to sleep in the other compartment.
No, they sleep in the same compartment. At least I thought they did.
Okay, well, admittedly, it has been a while since I've watched this, but
We'll find out in a minute.
okay. Well, it makes sense to have Jonesy sealed up and such, considering what's going to happen.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Oh God, that would have been horrible.
Oh,
that would have been horrible. Like the reason why the alien is shot out the airlock is he's holding on for dear life to the airlock, and then Jonesy comes a giant fur ball of claws, like meow,
and they both go tumbling out into space.
Jonesy, the true hero.
That's right.
Not good. Not good. Not good.
If I recall correctly, the audience was thinking this is going on way too long for a happy ending. Boo! Of course, it helps that the alien was basically the same color as the spaceship.
Yeah, that too. And also looks like industrial pipe and cleaning shit, you know. I guess I'll just hang out here for, what was it, 70 years? Something like that? It's basically full and doesn't need to hunt her right now, saving her for later.
Yeah, well, obviously Ripley's at a disadvantage here. Great big entire starship has been narrowed down to this little chamber. Now, maybe she can unlock Jonesy and throw him at it. I see the wisdom in her course of action here, getting into that spacesuit. Although a part of me kind of regrets the fact that she got into the spacesuit.
Well, yeah. Nope, nope. Sorry.
Wouldn't you like to be an alien dentist?
Like, is it just fucking with her, or is it just yawning? I don't know.
Both, maybe. Okay, going back to your telepathy theory. If the alien has a sense of telepathy, wouldn't he be reading the plan that Ripley is formulating?
It might not understand. Like, it could see that this place, this ship, was where it was going, was where Ripley was going to go, and it might see that Ripley is thinking about opening the door, but doesn't understand that there's a vacuum outside.
Okay.
And why do we have a harpoon gun?
In case you got to go EVA and you need to make a connection with, say, an asteroid or another ship or something like that.
Oh, okay, okay, that's good. And also, I'm surprised we still have gravity on the shuttle.
Well, obviously they had gravity technology worked out, so it might not have been too much of a stretch to have a similar system on board the shuttle. But I mean, they've done everything so far. I mean, gravity on a spaceship would have been just, matter of fact. What I want to know is, what is the purpose of these buttons that produce various gases?
That I don't know.
And I wish I could have had a closer look at those buttons just to see what gases she had selected before.
I don't think they were specific gases. I think they were venting gases from specific systems.
Well, on the plus side, she drove it from its hiding place. On the negative side, it's now really pissed.
It woke up from a nice nap.
What do aliens dream about? If they
Dream about little kitty cat morsels. And kabloom! And fuck this noise.
Well, maybe opening up all the airlock doors on Nostromo wouldn't have worked if it could survive that long in space.
Apparently they can hang out in a vacuum. I'd be more concerned about the grappling hook that's jammed in the door.
Yeah.
With the airlock.
I imagine she would go to the effort of opening the door just a bit to either kick the grappling hook out or pull it back in.
See, there's Jonesy. Such a good boy. Jonesy's like, bitch, I'm right here in your lap giving you love. I'm a survivor.
Don't you think I deserve a little frisky? Or
A little treat.
yeah.
He does deserve a treat too, goddammit.
Yes.
There we go.
And as our hero,
And I could have sworn in the what do you call it?
I don't know. I'm waiting for you.
In Aliens, it shows Jonesy in the tube with her. Let me just pull that right up here.
No, it shows Newt sleeping next to her. It's kind of a repeat of the ending shot.
No, Aliens. I'm talking Aliens.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Newt doesn't show up until they're on the colony.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about when they're coming when the salvage crew is on the ship. Yep. Hold on. Da da da. And there's the kitty cat. There's the kitty.
Okay. So she reopened the compartment where Jonesy was in and just climbed in.
If I had to, give the final report, yes, I'm going to get a little kitty cat to get in my lap to give me some emotional support. But that was Alien, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, yay!
It was really, really good.
Yeah, I definitely give this an
Alien.
A+.
I like Alien 3. I like how they went back to the singular alien in Alien 3. And I like certain aspects of Alien Resurrection, but I do see where some people might have issues. But, yeah. So, we have the corporate dystopic future, the monstrous killing machine, things just continually going wrong. What do you think?
Oh, I think we're actually seeing the dystopian corporate entity nowadays, but yeah, it is a very rich plot, a very rich background.
Mm-hmm. Without even having to actually show that much, like they don't have to explain what Weyland-Yutani is. They don't have to explain what the exact terms of their contract are. That's just a little bit of discussion. Like, of course we're being screwed over. It's the company.
Right. I like the fact that they're not. Like I said, it was a problem with a lot of earlier science fiction films. This apparent necessity for explaining every jot and tittle. Let the audience figure it out.
Exactly. Which is, well, I mean, maybe it did kind of bite us in the ass when they, in Alien Prometheus, they decided to try and really flesh out Weyland-Yutani, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like in Alien Isolation, you didn't learn that much about the company other than the fact that they were shutting down the station, and it created this economic hellhole just before everything went to hell.
Yeah. But I think that's one of the attractions of Alien is the fact that if you're not stopping to explain everything, then it makes it more realistic. You don't take someone riding in a car with you and you stop at every point and say, this is an internal combustion engine. This is how I switch on the internal combustion engine.
That's right. Now, as you well know, the internal combustion engine has been around for 70 years.
Yes.
And is the basis of transportation in our society. Yeah, it's just weird. But we hope y'all enjoyed watching this this movie with us. And you can join us again next time when we go back to Star Trek for Season 1 episode This Side of Paradise.
That's right.
And take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Y'all behave.